Hello everyone, in this video we will see what is a function and how to use it in a simple C++ program. So let us basically rewind the concept you were using in C function. Why we were writing a function is to just implement code reusability. Means rather than writing the same piece of code again and again, we will call that function whenever we want to execute that code. So the syntax that we were using in a simple function was first was the return type. If nothing has to be returned, we put it as a void. Then the name of the function. In the bracket, if any argument, we put it, and that is followed by semicolon. So this is called a function prototype or a simple function declaration. In further section of the program, we will define the function after finishing our main function. So this void show, here you will actually write the logic of this function, that is called function definition. In function call, you will simply call that function and execute it. So basically there are two types of functions. You can say built-in functions, or it is a standard library functions. Another is the user-defined function. So that is what we are interested to write in the next section. Built-in functions are not required to declare and define because they are already available. We will simply add that header file and we will use it in our program. But when you write a user-defined function, okay, these are the list of header files in which there are many built-in functions are there. So you can include in your program and you can directly use the function. Like when I will add IOStream, I am using input stream and output stream classes directly. So whenever you use cin and cout, these are the objects of this class and that is used directly. So the main function that is default and that is here of type integer and we are returning nothing, so it is returning 0. Again, you can have two types of prototypes of main function. Here there are no arguments and here there are two arguments. These arguments are useful when you are giving arguments from command line. So first argument describes the number of arguments and second argument gives the arguments themselves. Now when you write a function prototype, so compiler will understand the function signature, like number and type of argument, the return type, and whenever it is called, compiler uses the function prototype to match it with the function if available. Otherwise it will generate an error that matching function has not been found. Okay, so the syntax of any function prototype will appear like this. This is the return type, name of the function, and the argument list. This is optional. When you see this prototype, here you can see there are two prototypes here, but their signature is different. In first case, here I have given two integer arguments and the return type is float. This is correct way of writing any function prototype. Here x and y, these two values are optional. So if I write simply integer comma integer, that is completely valid. This is illegal because the data type of y variable is missing. Next, function call. Before you make a function call, you need to define the function that you will define in your after main program. So when you want to deal with a function, these are the important steps you have to follow: defining a function, calling a function, passing argument to a function, returning a value from function. Function returning void means you will not return anything, rather you will display in the function itself. Here we'll take one example. Here is the main program. You can see that I am calling one function named average, passing 3 arguments having type integer. So I have instructed compiler that using this prototype that the average function will appear further with 3 integer arguments, and that is defined over here. You can see here I am returning average of this 3 number, which will be ultimately getting printed in the main program. So this is all about writing a simple function in C++. Thank you all.